Welcome to, oh, that's not right, the South Park Phone Destroyer weekly update for week number 48. I appreciate you guys being here. My name is Glanzer, and welcome to the weekly update. We've been doing this weekly update for, I'm not 100% sure exactly. Maybe I'll check for next time. Anyway, but we've been doing the weekly update. I'll have to get the exact date for next week, but I think I want to say it was around the 30s that we started it last year, like 37, 33, something like that. So we've been doing it for more than a year, and I appreciate everybody a lot of you guys have been here kind of since day one, since we started doing, some of you since we started doing the stream like ever. But especially since we've done the update, a lot of you have been here either watching on YouTube every week or live on Twitch every Monday, so I appreciate you guys. I was gonna give you some buckets. We're going to get back into doing the giveaways for the cards, the physical cards, that is. I wish I could fan them out in a way where you could actually like actually see some of them, you know? It's almost like I can't fan them out like normal, and I have to have like spaces in between them or something, so you can at least kind of see a couple of them. You've been here since that day one of updates. Nice, man. Pegs has two. Shout out both of you guys. But Mysterion, Satan, all these options, we're gonna start doing giveaways for these again. We've been slacking because I had a couple of them that we had given away, and I wanted to make sure that I could send them out and it worked, you know, that the way I shipped them didn't wreck the cards or whatever. So Pegs got her card, Luke got his card, and Friar Pop got his card, which was actually Symmetrical Illusions, which actually went to Caffeinated Bean, who she did get that card. So pretty cool there. But we're gonna start giving these away. So next week, because I didn't advertise it, I want to make sure people know about it. Next week we're doing a giveaway for these again. We're gonna start doing them again, and this time whoever wins gets to choose one of the cards, whether you want Mysterion, Man Bear Pig, whether you want the legendary Coon card, or maybe you want just the old run-of-the-mill Coon card, who knows. But you'll get to choose this one. So if you want a specific one, and you definitely want the Man Bear Pig, you definitely want the Ninja or whatever it might be, the winner of the next giveaway for these cards is going to be able to pick which one they want. We'll only do a couple of those because I don't, you know, if I do that, then there'll be some that I just don't have, and I want to have a full copy of one for now. But yeah, we'll be doing that again next week, and all you have to do to enter is just be there live. Then the next week I'll probably do one on the YouTube video, and then the next week we'll do one live. Next week we'll do one on the YouTube video. I'm also going to get back into doing the gift cards, which we stopped doing for a while because I was doing physical ones, and I was able to find some $10 physical ones, but I wasn't able to find those anymore. It's only the like $15 ones is the lowest, instead of the packs of like multiple $10 ones, which is too bad because I feel like $10 is pretty, like if you're giving a grand kid or something a Easter present or something like that, you know, $10 Google Play or something like that might be the perfect amount, you know, especially if multiple, you know, once you start doing multiples, 15 starts to add up quicker than 10. But we'll get back to doing those giveaways for the community. Basically I try to take half of my sub count, or I guess my sub income, because the sub income is the majority of the income. It's not a whole lot, but it's at least $50 a month. So even with just like 20 subs, which we have a few more than that, and then this last month we had way more because people gifted a bunch of subs on my birthday. It's like, you know, it's like $2.50 per. So if we have $20 or 20 subs, we get $2.50 to $3, depending on if it's a prime sub or a gift sub or a normal sub or tier 2. You know, there's all different you get slightly different based on that. Yeah, like Pegs with her tier 2 emote. So that's about $50, and then anything past that. So I'm gonna try to do at least $50 worth of giveaways per month. And now usually that would allow me to do 5 $10 giveaways, which makes it like 1 per week pretty much. Now that's only about 3.5. So what we'll do is we'll do 1 week we'll do a giveaway, and then another week we'll do something else. Like maybe we'll do bucket giveaways, like a big 10,000 bucket giveaway or something like that. Something that's like useful for some people that will be interested, because I know that there are some people on that top list that really would love a nice injection of 10,000 buckets or something like that. You know, Fried Bow would jump up Fast Black Spidey. If LaForce won a 20,000 bucket giveaway, that would, you know, be a big chunk towards catching up to Dobbs and stuff like that. So I think that might be interesting, and some people might actually want I mean, I don't think necessarily anyone would want buckets more, but I think some people would be just as excited for a bunch of buckets than $10. At least I hope so. Some people might really be trying to get those Steam keys, and if you get 20,000, it's really a big jump to those, because not a lot of those are very expensive. All right, but last week, while I've been talking here, I should have announced this. Last week we had a little fun at Free to Play Wales. We did PegsAlot week, and no, that's not what you think it is, or actually it's probably exactly what you think it is. We went around and just pegged a bunch of people. No, we went around and we're doing cosplay basically, so we're just like honoring either people on our team or people in the community or whatever it might be with fun cosplays of their new kid and stuff like that. So we had Pegs' new kid, which stupidly I didn't think of getting a picture of the new kid, but that's really close to the new kid, is that outfit, which is just naked female. Of course, Pegs is naked. So these are some of the ones that were on my Discord. So you threw them on my Discord, they're up there, or if they were on just Free to Play Wales in general. That's Shane with his patented purple hair. Pretty funny. So it was a good time, and we actually at Free to Play Wales, as dressed up as Pegs, we did not lose a game this week. Didn't lose a single game. You can tell it's funny because the difference. You can tell the difference in like there's Street Mobster there, Outcast, PegsCast. You can tell the dimensions of their phone, like whether they're on a tablet or whether on like a long iPhone or whatever it might be. Pegs loves cock a lot. Peg the meat to death. Oh, peg them to death. Oh yeah, that works too. But we had a good time. And the scores showed it. This is the top averages for all the teams. Free to Play Wales, no losses this week. Dart had, I believe, 1 loss. Chef's Elite actually with a higher average than Illuminati, but they only ran 47 this week. See how they were running 47? Interesting. Illuminati right below them though with 113.08, which has got to be like one maybe 2 losses, probably 2 losses. Tidal Wave just below them though. But it's interesting to see that that's a whole point difference there. Between 4th and 5th place is a whole point difference on the average. So we're talking the difference between 1 loss, 2 losses, and then like 5 losses, 6 losses, 7 losses. You see Szechuan Sauce, Mercenaries, and Namble up there. So I would say that every week this is, I mean, it's only the top 8, but this is your top 10. Is your total, excuse me, your total overall like top 10. Because if Free to Play Wales, Dartide, Chef's Elite, Illuminati, I guess it'd be Tidal Wave then. If those guys were in a bracket, it would be Free to Play Well, Dire Tide, Chef's, Illuminati title. Then the next bracket, although you'd maybe switch it up. Maybe you'd want Free to Play Illuminati, or Free to Play Dire Tide, Illuminati, Mercenaries, Nambla would be one bracket. So it would be Free to Play Whales, Dire Tide, Illuminati, Mercenaries, Nambla for the rank. And then you'd have Chef's Elite, Tidal Wave, Szechuan Sauce, Mercenaries, and then whoever is right below them. That would be maybe the correct top 5. But I mean, Chef's got good players on their team. They usually run a pretty good amount. I don't know if they just can't, if they just could, like, they truly couldn't add 3 people that are gonna get 114. I don't know. But I mean, as it stands right now, it's still smart for them because they still would have gotten second. You know, even with that great score that they put up, they still would have gotten second or third, depending on, you know, whether or not Dire Tide or Free to Play Whale or Illuminati or whatever was in their bracket. But if you go 50, you usually catch that bracket. But it's interesting to see how close it gets at the top there, just 0.2 or whatever. But I think one loss, brings you down like, excuse me. We had no losses. I think Dire Tide had to have had at least one to get 113.4. So it's like that'd be like 0.5 or something like that you lose just from one loss alone. So once you get to like 112, we're talking about probably like 4 losses or something like that. which is a losing run in the top brackets if you lose 4 games. Like, you're probably gonna get third if you lose 4 games. Namblings was even top 50 with their average. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, exactly, because you can see how you stand up. Even if Namblings is, you know, winning their bracket by 2,000 points, it's nice to have the site because then you can see like where you stack up against the rest, and then it is kind of like that's what rank we were this week. I don't really think the average is a super great metric to like who's necessarily the better team, simply because of the nature of Team Wars. You could get one guy that you beat very easily, but you just, you can't get his last point, so you miss a point or something like that, when other people are playing people who just give up after the first bar or something like that. So there's kind of like some luck to it, as well as, because some decks are just made to like defend. When you're sitting on like Osimo and like Terrence and Phillip and Visitors and all these cards that do a really good job of defending next to your new kid. Maybe there's Cock Magic, DSR, all sorts of stuff like that. Depending on the deck, it could be really easy to defend and to prevent bars. Like maybe you'll lose one, but you can keep them from losing the other 2 in a 3-minute game. So it just kind of depends on the week. So sometimes you'll get weeks where it's just like 114. Because if you win, you win. If there's a deck where like Ninju's involved, if you win, you win usually. Like your Ninju push is gonna take a lot of bars if it takes 1 bar usually. But if it's a week where there's a bunch of removal and there's super far to keep assassins away, and there's removal for there's like lightning bolt and unholy, like there's just all this stuff that you can use to remove the cards that are troublesome, and the cards that people put caps into. That's something that is important, because like if you remove a Garrison level 2, President Garrison this last week level 2, and you left a level 6 Osimo out because of that, like that's a problem, right? Like you just spent your removal card, not even if that's technically the target, like even if it's level 1 Manbear Pig, if you remove a level 1 Manbear Pig and then the level 6 Osimo comes out, they're getting value from their caps, because they didn't put any caps into Manbear Pig. Now they have a level 6 Osimo out there that you have to somehow deal with, without the one removal spell. That's probably the few things in the deck that week that stops it. So yeah, it's all about managing the removal right for the caps, not necessarily the card. But pretty interesting. I didn't pull the current standings this week again because I just feel like the current top 10 free to play, Chefs, Illuminati, TMI still 4th, and then who's 5th? Fucking like Szechuan sauce or something like that. I don't think that we all can see that. You guys all can see that. It's not new information or anything like that to you. So we'll continue on through last week by watching the games. I had some issues on the Adventure Lock, but we do have a game. one of the reasons I know that Dire Tide lost is because we have a recording of one of their games, so we're gonna watch that, because that was, had we been in the main bracket, that one game would have probably decided the week. So it'll be interesting to see it. Cloud Chucker, welcome in. Let's jump over to the game. Always takes a little bit of time here. But the first game, we got Dab Dog 86 from Tweak Fleet. And let's check out this game. We got Thanks Toller coming in on the Adventure Lock. 75-65. You think when you see just the numbers themselves, you'd think this would be an easy one, but it's gonna be tough. So nice to be home. Nice, man. Mysterion level 1. There's still no way to deal with him. It's only like 80 damage or something like that, so it's not the worst thing. This isn't terrible. It's only level excuse me, that's only level 3. I don't really, the problem this week was that on the Adventure Lock, we just don't really have, I do have level 5 Super Craig, which I think is pretty neat. He mind controlled the Super Craig, but you don't really have something that can defend against their tank push. Now I could, like, Kite couldn't keep anybody alive there. Maybe I should have just waited for the Osimo, but remember, Osimo's only level 2, right? So he's not really helping me very much. My shield for Kite didn't do anything, which is too bad. I didn't even get it to go on the garrison, or on the, yeah, the garrison. So there's just unfortunately not much I could do against this Coon push. The Manberry Pig, the Mintberry Crunch survives there, which is too bad. He can't shield him, which is, you know, that was his fault for using that. Kind of wasted it. He could have maybe gotten some more hits off on my new kid if he would have just went forward. But that was a bad. So this surprised me here. My rats getting so beat up by those gizmos was, I didn't quite understand how that happened. But the Super Craig, this is one of the reasons why I was like, I don't know if Gizmo's necessarily the right choice. But you can see how Super Craig does deal with him, but not super well. You know, it was kind of off. So it worked out pretty well. Super Craig was a monster this week. He was a really good card. Worked out really well in a lot of situations, and helped with the chaos, the rats, the gizmos, whatever. Now that was my fault. With the flash fucker, I can't think of his name, Jimmy. With Jimmy as an option there, the fast pass, I shouldn't have played people on an angle like that on my new kid. That kind of fucked me up. Now the rats played right into the cyborg, which is perfect. The rats didn't get it. Oh man, no hit there. I mean, fast pass I should have been, there you go. Try to get the fast pass hit out there. Oh, the Mysterion comes. Let's see what we can do here. Oh man, that would have been real nice. And I get a Gizmo. That's awesome. There you go. Smart play there. Can Gizmo guide me home? Oh man, if I would have gotten that Gizmo there, the game might have been over. Now fast pass not hitting me there was pretty important. Pretty important. Boom, we got him. We're in good shape here. That damage though, too much damage from that fast pass. He chipped me twice there. We're going on the bottom side, top side. This is our last ditch effort. Are the rats gonna pull it off for us? Fast pass isn't gonna hit. The rats coming out. Oh, Midberry Crunch too slow. The adventure lock pulling off the win. Not bad at all. Now we got Obvious Soldier, 60-16. We got 64.93, but we know that the level doesn't really matter. We could run into a 5K with 4 level 4 legends, so we always got to respect people. Now the Coon, this is what I was saying earlier. I don't really have anything to combat these pushes, because if I put my Osimo level 2 out against these cards, he's just gonna get melted. That's just it's not gonna work out. Now getting the Super Craig there is a big deal. That's really good. Super Craig here is a good idea. My problem was I kind of screwed this up, and well, I guess I didn't really screw it up, but the AoE just kind of doesn't do as much as I hoped it would. Now we get the plant, which is actually kind of nice. But this is what I was talking about. Just see how quickly that level 2 melts. I mean, look at that. That's 5 energy I just spent. And the Coons plus 129 damage there actually mattered, just because I don't have that much health. So he hits me a couple times and it's a big deal. So in that sense, I shouldn't have played Osimo. Let's actually roll it back to see like what I could have played instead of Osimo. I could have froze him right there. What I should have done was right here. I should have used right when Garrison started attacking. I should have used Freeze Ray. Then I would have stopped Kite from getting his shield. I would have stopped the Randy from getting his plant. And then at the end of the freeze, I would have had Mecha's mind control up. So that might have saved me. Definitely Freeze Ray. Didn't think to use it in that situation. And then I would have gotten my Garrison and used that. But yeah, I really should have. I don't want to say practice, but I should have understood that playing the Osimo was a mistake there. And after that, it's just tough to come back from. But we'll see how we do it. It's funny because I hope that this guy like put somewhere like, oh, I beat this 8200 guy. Like, oh yeah, did you also tell him that he had level 1 Mysterion, you know, level 2 Fast Pass? Did you tell him that? And even this, like this, the program standalone, like was gonna kill me, because anything I did was just gonna get frozen, you know. Now I should have maybe done, see, and even that level 5 there, I should have maybe done. The rats couldn't have saved me there. That was a good play, because the rats are kind of the Cyborg's counter, and to play them alongside with the Super Craig like that, that's pretty smart. Shout out to the guy on my team who said we wouldn't run into any Cyborgs. I saw plenty of Cyborg this week. But can we turn it around? We got our money cards out. Super Craig's our only hope. Get that the human kite out there. Oh, we got him. We froze him. The rat's coming around the side. Oh, the rat's on the top side. Get the 1 bar we need. Oh, nice. 28 seconds. Can we make it happen? Can we go 2 games in a row? The Coon dies, which is really nice. Oh, the kite coming on the top side. We're playing. Oh, what are we thinking? We're keeping the energy for the mind control if we need it. Yes. No, we can't quite mind control him. He is dead, though. We do get the energy. No, we're going to kill him. We're going to get mind controlled. Oh, the kite. Damn. Okay, so if I roll back, if I wouldn't have used Kite's ability here. If I wouldn't have used Kite's ability. 11 seconds. I don't attack again until 8. So it takes 3 seconds up. And I attack about 2 times in 3 seconds. I think if I wouldn't have used his ability, Garrison might have died. to the cyborg. Either way, fast pass. If I would have played fast pass a little bit straighter on, could have gotten the new kid chip. But I don't think the new kid chip. 146, 113 to 81. I mean, even if I had 2 more hits in, I don't think I would have had enough damage with just the kite to get there. I would have had to have. I mean, I could have mind controlled the cyborg if he killed fast pass. I could have freeze rayed too, but I think I just cycled to that. Yeah. But nobody really died. Like, kite didn't die. I would have just had to have somehow gotten more damage out, and I'm just not sure what I could have done there. Sucks. Look, lucky MC. Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't play that card early, and I was just sitting on the energy to mind control something. But the cyborg taking my garrison. If it would have been anything but garrison, but cyborg, when the garrison took him out with the this was a mistake. This is another mistake to play the Osimo, but I think because he's only got the level 3s and the level 1s, we might be able to survive a little better. Now, if that Mintberry Crunch was even just level 2, it would have been a much bigger problem. But that Mecha level 1 can really get a lot of value. Good hits from the Super Craig. We got Mysterion out, which is nice. Gonna be able to mind. No, we didn't get the mind control on the cyborg. He will die to the new kid, but might get 1 hit off. Not with the lava out there. Tough to do. Now, if I would have played fast pass a little bit more direct on, would have been able to attack new kid with my. Interesting there. Now, this is where we kind of got a hope for, and this is something that I thought was interesting, where it could actually fuck you up. The witch doctor, or not the witch doctor, the wonder tweet can actually fuck you up. All right, go little hamsters. Nice. 19 damage. All right, interesting. 2 energy for basically 1 cost unit for me, so that's not bad. Level 2 garrison. I gotta tank that, and that's the only card in my deck that has anywhere near the amount of health it would take. Now, that's a weird. I mean, you're playing into the AoE, but the AoE isn't very strong. I just kind of wanted to clear them out so I could use garrison at the right time. Here, the freeze ray might get us something, but we're just kind of chilling. We're thinking about it, but that didn't really help us. Now, that was a mistake on my part. I should have waited, but that actually kind of brought Mecha in close enough to be able to actually like do something. The kite was kind of a bad play, but it ends up getting us the easy hits on new kids, so it works out. Fast pass out there to use his ability on the gizmos, hoping it works out better this time. Mind control him. Get 1 kill. Nice. So that's my gizmo. Suck it. Level 2 gizmo in the house. Nice. The gizmo. Nicely done there. Going for the gold. Pull anybody away. Nicely done. Get that extra point. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. All right, the next game. Oh, I guess this is the one I should play. Shitty Gangbang. Airpamon. 6130. Level 3 Osimo, tough for me to deal with. Like I was saying, tanks are just tough. I'm in for a shitty gangbang. A shitty bang gang? Are we a gangbang or a bang gang? Like, do we bang together, or are we just a gang of bangers? A gangbang. Like bang gangers. Gangbang. That was such a... like, that was mind control the spell. And for some reason I thought it was mecha, so it's like, oh, this'll end before he can get his ability off. So he wasted the mind control on that, which is pretty brutal, but I still can't do much. Now we can hide him, mind control him. He gets killed there. Mind controlling him was like the only course of action I felt like I had. And it's just unfortunate because when you mind control him, you don't really get much. Now I should have wonder tweaked first maybe. Brought them all together. And this one I should have definitely done it differently. But I had to kind of get that program stand in there too. Because program stand was like across the side. And this was just like, I just like Hail Mary plays at this point. Trying to just get the amount of damage. But that, even just that level 4 program stand. I'm trying to have him die so that I can, there we go. So we're waiting here. All right, there we go. Nicely done. Just trade the mechas. Now the rats getting eat up by this guy kind of sucks, but they do pretty good damage on him. Now Osimo here would have been the real choice if I would have had the levels, obviously. But somehow the Randy starts attacking me. I just didn't have his range quite right, and I fuck it up, and I lose the bar. Oh, that was a big mistake there too. So luckily he does hit the fast pass, so that was less of a mistake because he did that, because losing the mecha would have been probably a bigger deal. So this works out a little bit. But the wonder tweak, can the wonder tweak, oh look at that hit on New Kid there. Oh shit, I'm using the wrong alerts right now. What's up? What's up, Fatsub? Thanks for the raid, buddy. I was messing around with some spooky alerts. So we have the spooky alerts on right now. All right, so we're gonna take this bar, hopefully. Super Craig level 5, really useful this week. I'm glad we took the time. We get that back. All right, now Mysterion dying. Good job, good job. Get that Mysterion out there. Now the rats here was kind of silly, but I thought maybe we could chunk them a little quicker. I knew that they wouldn't kill the level 7 rats, so worked out all right. If I would have done a little better, the rats might have been able to eat through the Mary Jane, but we'll see. This is a situation where I think playing the Osimo might have lost me the game, but we'll see how it works out. We're gonna, all right, get them close, and then freeze them all. Not bad. Then the hamsters not getting that shield kind of was silly for me. I should have played somebody that would have actually benefited from that shield. Now that sucks. Him bringing me in like that actually really fucked me over. We're gonna mind control the wonder tweak, hoping the wonder tweak would end up dying. Which he does end up dying. And then the monkey comes out and everybody gets frozen perfectly, which was real frustrating. The monkey kills the kite instead of taking out all of the things. So everything just went his way on this part. Trying everything we can to just deal, but that program stand down there, that level 4 epic is just like, honestly, the program stand was a huge card for the enemy, because Super Craig was kind of the only card that could even match up with it. And if I had to use Super Craig for program stand, I couldn't deal with the rats or the, so this was the last game, 2 wins, 2 losses, and then we get this one. What's up, Joker? Weekend was good, Fat Seb. How you doing? I'm in for a shitty gangbang. That's funny. So I don't think lava is just ever the choice in Team Wars. I feel like it's not. It's just not useful enough. No one's gonna just like keep laying down cards into the lava, and it's only gonna affect like that one push. And it's just the alternative is almost always better. But every once in a while, there'll be a week where it's the right choice. Come on. There you go. Nice. So mind control deals with the cyborg and the fast pass. So it's technically 4 for 7, technically. And mind controlling the cyborg into position kind of helped me out. Now pulling him is kind of nice, because then my guys can start getting hits off of him. So that works pretty well. And Super Craig's able to hit both people, which is nice. Actually, he didn't hit the Randy on that second one. Hey, Prune Tracy, welcome. Lava isn't good until level 6. Yeah, exactly. And usually it's base, and it's like, oh yeah, like everyone's argument is that it's worth the slow. See, that I honestly would have wished would have hit the Mintberry Crunch, but it ended up working out pretty well here too. So the lava here, I just feel like it's just delaying the inevitable. You know what I mean? Especially with kind of the cards that were options this week, you're just delaying the inevitable. Now it does affect Garrison quite a bit with his ability. I'll give him that. But look, like it looks like I still have my ability, so it like glitched out my ability too. So rats versus hamsters, both of them deal with the cyborg. I think hamsters probably deals with it better because you will always lose 2 rats from the mind control, whereas the hamsters you might not lose either if you do it right. Outcast, welcome. We were looking at your new kid picture, Outcast, the PegsAcast or whatever it was. So here the Osimo didn't hurt me too bad. Now the Coon doesn't have a whole lot of damage at level 2 with no boost. So I was hoping maybe I could shield the Super Craig, where we just barely make it. And we get the Chomper actually. So we're able to get our last win. We got 3 wins and 2 losses on this account this week. Not bad. Not good, but the losses were both really close. One of them I almost came back on. One of them I lost because of stupid Mary Jane Randy range. I just misjudged it, so that's too bad. But now we got our alt account. Leading with Mysterion was definitely the play this week. Always the right choice. Good on his part to step that. Worked out pretty well. I didn't want to waste the hamsters, so we played the Osimo. Big thanks to all the cosplayed. Exactly. I didn't run into any because I didn't honestly play that much this weekend because my buddy came up and we didn't even stream very much and I didn't do the weekend event at all. But see, that's tough. That BHK is now out front and he doesn't die to the damage, but you see how he started getting hit by the Wonder Tweak, which is actually kind of crazy. That's true. Like, look at this. You'd think, I guess he doesn't get his target until the animation's done. So like, but still, look at this. To Wonder Tweak, BHK's in front of the Osimo. I guess, maybe. Like, by that still frame, the like center of their bodies, pretty damn close. That still frame he's in front. But yeah, Wonder Tweak hitting that BHK really fucked me over. But the hamsters coming along the side, not getting hit, but they do get dealt with by the Super Craig. It's not like they avoid the AoE because it's his ability. So here we're using the Wonder Tweak to keep the mecha alive if possible, but no, it doesn't work out that way. Oh no, we're in trouble here, but the Mysterion coming back from the dead to help us out, and now we got the Program Stand freeze. Program Stand I think was definitely the choice this week. Oh, we use it on the hamsters. I swore he had just used the hamsters. But we're in good shape here. The hamsters getting killed real quick. Mysterion only getting 1 hit off. We're putting the Gizmo up top because he's definitely used pretty much everything that can deal with the Gizmos. So we're gonna see what we can do here. A good freeze ray might save the day here. Oh, that would have been a good freeze ray right there. Might not have needed it. We got to make sure he doesn't just Mintberry Crunch our shit away, so we're gonna put him in the corner to take the blast. Maybe we're gonna save the day. We're gonna freeze him so he can't stop it. We're gonna kill him, kill the kite, which is nice. Now we get the Bouncer Honey out. No, maybe the Mecha. I'd say Bouncer Honey versus Mintberry Crunch. Who's gonna win? New Kid not quite hitting the Mintberry Crunch. Big problem here. Now the Mysterion. God, if I would have just waited a fraction of a second, then the Mintberry Crunch would have died to New Kid. But he was just out of New Kid range. Really pisses me off.
Pegscast in the house. Yeah, that's what it was. But not too concerned. We still got a big chunk into him. He doesn't have levels on us. We're gonna be able to just fuck shit up here. All right, we steal him first. Get some damage out on him. Then we freeze him. Perfect timing on that freeze. Wonder Tweak helping us out. Super Craig coming at that AoE damage to make sure the rats don't do anything. Now we get the BHK out. Drop the hammies. Oh, get him out, get him out. All right, we're gonna get this last one in overtime. Well played. Kept us from a point though. Unfortunate. Didn't matter this week though. Sorenka. Pegs, my take on you was Farmer Pegs taking her COVID medicine. We'll look at that again on the other screen if we can. All right. So yeah, Cyborg just had too many hamsters and rats to deal with him. Just wasn't very good play. Now we just wiped the mecha off the field. That's huge, huge value there. So we're gonna push the issue a little bit here. We get the value taken off those hamsters, or from the hamsters. The rats almost don't even deal with them. Now the mind control here, we're gonna see if we can freeze it. The mind control is a little bit longer though, but if we can freeze him, he's not gonna get his thing. Oh, he gets our gizmo before the gizmo's done putting out his guys. So instead of having 3 gizmos, we only have 2. But we're able to deal the gizmo coming through. Very difficult to deal with the gizmo this week. I think without a doubt, gizmo was the choice over rats this week, when rats could potentially just get killed by the program stand and stuff like that. We don't need to do anything to this guy. Level 3 is going to survive with the level 5 bruiser helping him out. We're going to mind control the BHK, hopefully take a bar and damage the BHK. Perfect. Now we're going to switch. BHK gets the heal right at the last second. Way to go. A little late for the Mysterion play, but we're in a real big power position here. We pull the Cyborg away, and Mysterion might have had a free path to the new kid there. Who knows? We got Feral Squirrel from Dopamine Problems next. You have like 20 plus screenshots? Nice. Feral Squirrel. Were people like asking you, hey, was this you? Hey, are you on Free Play Well? Mysterion coming into the middle. Always a good play to lead early with the Mysterion. The more Mysterions you can get, the better. Ooh, Garrison not gonna be what deals with him. Now the mecha here, the only reason I played it is because he does survive the hit from Garrison there, so I wasn't worried about losing value there. The level 3 dies in 1 hit to that one, which is interesting. Hopefully we get the BHK here. Schmack. No, we don't get him, but the mecha should be able to. The program stand's gonna come out. No, we decide to do the Awesemo. Now we pull out the Wonder Tweak. Wonder Tweak gets pulled in. Nicely done. The mind control coming in right at the end there. Now let's see if we can get his BHK killed. Super Craig's range is just always ridiculous. The heal coming out 138. That's probably a whole attack from Super Craig. Gizmo coming out top left corner, I think is always the right play for Gizmo. One, it forces him to play a card up there for him, and not like other cards that he's already played will deal with it. Like that program stand right there couldn't have possibly dealt with it. So the lava isn't gonna help. Hopefully we could get one of them surviving the new kid blast here. We'll see what happens. I think the main one survives. Yeah, I was gonna say the main one survives if he doesn't take any damage. So this is really interesting here. See if we can stop the Gizmo action. Nope, looks like Gizmo is just gonna walk right through. Gizmo very, very difficult to deal with this time around. All right, let's watch the main account. We got someone from Coon Death Squad. Ranked 8,056. Our names disappeared for some reason, not sure why. But we get to lead with the Mysterion, which is brutal. Believe it's a max or a base 4 Mysterion, which even him, the Coon, without much help, gets almost half health, which is beautiful. Really helps us out a lot. Gonna wait a little bit here. All right, now we're gonna play him a little bit on the top side. I think I angled that quite a little bit wrong, but it's gonna end up working out. See how he did take the damage there, so that was too bad. We could have tried to avoid that, and then maybe the mecha would have gotten fucked up. But I think the damage from these rats here comes in too quickly, and there's nothing that we can do. So we're down 1 bar with 2 minutes left, and he's still got that level 3 in the back. Now our new kid still has full health on this bar, so we didn't get chunked too much. The Super Craig level 6, I just got Super Craig level 6 recently. Him getting that plus 24. Ooh, the heal, that 138, man, that's brutal. Plus 40 on the Super Craig, and the BHK survives. Looks like we're gonna be able to push through on this one. Nicely done there. Let's take the Wonder Tweak. Now he gets pulled in with his own thing, just like last time. So pretty fun thing there. Wonder Tweak against the mecha wasn't really the choice, but you see there again, the Gizmo survives. We're gonna play the Garrison so that anything that he plays might get punished. We're gonna hold the energy for the freeze ray down here. Whatever he does. Nicely done. We're gonna have Gizmos for days. Whatever he puts out, murdered. And there was just nothing you could do to defend against that this week. Nothing you could do at all. You see definitely not Pegs hanging out, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. And you'll see that I'm pretty sure this 6600 puts up more of a fight than that 8000 guy did. But you'll see that like it really doesn't matter, because like obviously Adventure Lock is up in the 8000s and not very, you know, not very good in Team Wars depending on the week. But you can have somebody who maybe has a gimmicky superhero deck that has just like, you know, good levels because they only have superhero levels, that they just get their ass kicked in Team Wars because their BHK's level 3, their Gizmo's level 2, their Awesimo's level 3, their Freeze, well, I guess those don't matter because you don't upgrade them, but what up, 350? What up? So Gizmo up top again. Tried to make sure that Gizmo was the reason why people lost on every single one of my games, because he's just the bee's knees. Now this is kind of scary. The freeze ray here, not the freeze ray, the BHK against the Gizmos actually is kind of scary because the amount of heals that they can just keep getting off of that. But the Super Craig's gonna defend. The Gizmos do their job. Unfortunately, the top Gizmo does get damaged enough. The rats into the Super Craig, not terrible there, not terrible. Now the BHK not getting hit by New Kid, but we do have the level 5 versus level 4. It's not a huge difference, as you can see there. Might not even impact the outcome, except I get that heal, just get that last hit, that one extra hit where the levels are actually gonna matter. BHK hopefully stops short before New Kid. Nice. Now Awesimo gets a bunch of stacks. Maybe we'll get a bunch of stacks here. I want to freeze them. So I was thinking about freezing them so that I get as many stacks as I could from the BHK, but ended out not doing that. This is kind of what I was talking about, where some decks it's just easy to defend. You got that level 4, level 3 tank, stuff like that, level 3 mechas. I should have mind controlled him right there. But we did actually push him really far ahead. We almost were in range to steal that, and he steals my freeze. I should have froze there too, but I was waiting to get his shit. I think we're able to get the second bar, but not the last one. You just put the right cards. Look at that. Just barely pulls in the president, which is bullshit. And the Awesimo barely dies. See, that's what I was talking though. That's how you can play the lava against the with the Wonder Tweak. You just kind of pull everybody in. Like look at that. He cycled all the way back to his Awesimo. I should have played Gizmo up on the top side there. But yeah, this is an example of you can just kind of keep defending and defending, and he's never gonna win these pushes. But this deck just doesn't have like a KO punch. If the Gizmos get stopped by whatever it might be, there's really no knockout punch in this deck. BHK's not gonna typically get a huge stack because, you know, mecha or something. The constant mind control and stuff like that is gonna probably cause BHK to get targeted by somebody. Alright, playing the Awesimo to slow him down just to get position a little bit. Gizmo's the threat here. He'll have to play a card for Gizmo, and so we're hoping that he gets into the Awesimo as much as possible. Like, we want it to be on our side as close as possible. I killed that one rat, which you might think is a mistake, like a bad play, but it actually does get my Gizmos onto New Kid. to do quite a bit more damage. Now, that was just unfortunate. The fact that it's not max Gizmo 5, the President Garrison deals with him a little bit better. I don't want to mind control here. Like, I don't, like, even if he, that perfectly, the mind control goes away. And I figured because of that freeze, the mind control at base level is only like, what, 4 or 5 seconds or something like that. And if, you know, once it gets to 6, it starts to be like 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds or something like that. So it gets to be quite a bit, half a second per level. Tried to steal him right there, but actually even better, I grabbed the Mysterion, which gets knocked back and dies half court instead of right next to his new kid, so that's pretty good. Mysterion at 1 minute 30, not terrible, but not the best play that you could do. The monkey doesn't kill the mecha like I thought it was going to, so that's really good. The threat here, probably could have tried to protect the mecha, but I didn't really feel like it was super worth it. We get the heal out there, another heal, or maybe we didn't get the heal there, but the Super Craig able to deal with a lot more because of the BHK. Now we get BHK getting a couple of hits out on the Gizmo. Gizmo coming out, the hamsters coming out as well. We're gonna freeze them. Nothing to do here. The Mysterion coming mid. Super Craig. Oh, the BHK deals with it all. Not bad. All right, now we got the games on Moody Bucketheads, Flustered Cuck Schlacker from SP Elites. 7. Don't forget, next week live, we're doing a giveaway for real life SPPD cards. The winner of this week gets to choose which one they get. So whether you want the legendary Coon card or Ninju or Medusa. Oh, there's no Medusa, I lied, sorry. I meant Mecha, sorry. Sorry guys, sorry to ruin your dreams. So I was hoping to grab the monkey so that the monkey would die and wouldn't hurt my shit with his farts, but didn't work out that way. But leading with the Mysterion, I figured on Moody, if we get that Mysterion out, even though he's level 2, the sooner we get that out, the more likely we have a chance at winning. So we don't want to play Rat Swarm right into him here because 1, for the Super Craig, and 2, that gives like pretty good value to the lava. Now he's gonna get knocked back and actually retarget here. Mind control the cyborg, pretty good. Hopefully Super Craig kills him instead of dying. Oh, too bad, but new kid kills him, so that's 4 for 7 basically. Works out pretty well. Yeah, Pegs killed it this week. Not a single loss, Pegs, not a single loss. All right, we got that Osmo level 4 on our side, so we're in pretty good shape here. Definitely better shape than the Adventure Lock was with that level 2 Osmo. Really put a damper on the tank play this week. When Garrison's your tank, ugh. The gym diets are boring as dude, yeah. Just chicken, fish, rice. All right, we're gonna see if we can get some value in here. Want to freeze him so we don't get our freeze stolen. All right, now that's nice. The Mysterion not really hitting my guy because he was frozen. Saved some value there. Oh, we sniped the BHK out of the air, which is really nice. The mecha already had plus 36 damage. The rat's coming in, getting some good value. Osmo freezing just so he's out of the range so that maybe he'll survive. Oh, he didn't use my ability. Oh, he freeze it. Oh, we get the program stand, which might be nice. Keep him from getting the damage. Can we kill it? Yes, we killed him. Oh no, the cyborg. Who's the cyborg gonna get the Super Craig dealing damage to our new kid? Oh no, is he gonna kill our mecha? No, we're gonna be able to steal it back, and we still have the ability, which is nice. Oh, and he mecha. Oh, and we steal it. We steal it with a nicely timed shield. The kite shield prevents him from using our shit against us, and in the last second, Flustered Cuck Moody Buckethead comes in and deftly handles President-elect Garrison. All right, we get to lead with Mysterion this time around, which is nice. We have the, I don't know what this guy is, the bearded Hitler Buckethead. I don't know. Garrison coming out because I feel like the sooner you get him out, the more your opponent's like, oh fuck, what do I play? Oh fuck, what do I play? Because right here, if I don't use it on him, he's forced to make a decision. And that actually helped me. I like that freeze actually, it helped me out. What takes the damage? I'm perfectly fine taking a chunk of health from a tank with his ability. I'm not gonna wait until you put somebody like Super Craig out or something like that. Like I think that's a terrible freeze, right? Honestly, I'm definitely gonna try to use it as soon as I can, because if I use it and I get value on your tank and I still get a second one off and can maybe do another hit or do something, like that's value city, baby. That's fucking value city. Now here's a problem. His mecha combo here is gonna be quite tough for me to deal with. And I thought he was gonna get 2 hits out there. Now the problem here is that I don't want people to get kite. I don't want them to damage kite. So we get the shield, which is nice because it actually shields everybody in that little area there. Now we got a good little push here, counter push coming. Everybody's kind of alive. Now we freeze the guy we damage real easily. That worked out pretty well. We got the rats coming on the top side, hopefully with no energy that he's got. It's only level 5 rats though. I don't know if our team only upgraded him to level 5, or there's no way I only have rats level 5. We must have only upgraded to level 5, which is fine because Namblows is down to like 30 some players. We split Namblows and Namblings apart. Now we have Namblows and Namblings, or Namblues, sorry, is back. I don't know how Namblues did in Team Wars. I actually don't know how Namblows did in Team Wars either, actually. So we didn't have as many caps as we typically might have, but it's working out. For a casual team, we do all right. We're bouncing in and out of gold, so one week we're gold, 1 week we're silver, 1 week we're gold, 1 week we're silver, which is actually kind of nice because you don't get like the absolute morale killer of losing every single week, like 5th place in gold, you know? But you also don't... You also every once in a while get a gold week reward chest, you know, or pack, I guess. Gonna take a few weeks till you walk straight. You got 112 peggings last night? Take your lashes. Take your pegs. So not bad. I mean, he's 58-31, but any win on Moody and gold is considered a fucking win. Because Moody Buckethead with this deck pulling off wins in gold is nice, but we got really good matchups. 6-6-1-4. The last guy was 5,000, but the games were hard fought. Even with lower levels, this deck can do very well. Osmo level 4 does just as well as level 5. Mecha level 1, 2, 3 can do just as well as 4 and 5. Wonder Tweak base level does all right. Mysterion 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't matter the level, he can get value. Super Craig's pretty good at it. Actually, Super Craig, it's not till level 5 that he gets actually pretty good. I don't know what to do here. We're just gonna get mind controlled, but if I don't play a card at all, he can't use his ability. So we just wait it out and we use that and we kill the Super Craig, which is nice. Good to have him out of there. Now we have the level 4 Osmo, and the Mysterion is gonna come in right when he starts hitting Osmo, which is great. Now we get the mind control. He's gonna steal my freeze, which is kind of shitty, but not a big deal. The shield there was pretty brutal, but oh nice, him pulling in, getting this extra damage. Are we able to do... No, he steals my mecha too. Oh no, just the most terrible outcome, but it looks like it might turn out in our favor. Can we kill the kite? No, we don't kill the kite. And unfortunately, oh, we don't even kill the kite with that. Oh no, Moody Buckethead having trouble over here. No, but we're in good shape. We're in good shape. Oh, look at that. Look at that. New kid. Oh man, what a mistake. What a mistake. But we mind control. We get the freeze. Well, he kind of wastes the freeze, like the hamsters there. He's like, oh, check me out. I'm gonna have him waste the thing, but that didn't really waste it at all. Moody Buckethead, you got 1 minute, buddy. What are you gonna do? All right, we gotta try to. Oh shit. I'm gonna use this just to get him out there and shield him. Not taking damage, move him closer so that they can damage him quicker. Can we get through? Can we get through? Oh, we got 2 good sources of damage. The hamsters roll through, do pretty good damage to start. Wonder Tweak going through the kite. The hamster getting 1 more hit off. Oh, we're able to pull it off. Moody Buckethead coming from behind potentially. We got to make sure we use our ability. Boom, even though it doesn't stop the hamster, we needed it on that Mysterion. The Mecha's gonna have to deal with it. Almost didn't. Almost lost another bar to the sneaky Mysterion plays. We get this Garrison out on the right target. Nice, just kills him. Deals with him real quick. Let's get the Osimo out to try to maybe keep the Garrison alive if we can get this freeze out at the right time. No, he's down, but more AoE. Deals with the Super Craig. We can freeze here, helps us out, deals with him. Now we get the rats on the bottom side. Can we get through the defenses? The mind control on the Medusa, or on the Mysterion, and he mind controls it right back. We're gonna use our ability to pull everybody in. No, we won't. The lava slowing us down. Oh, the Super Craig gets a last hit on the new kid. Can we get the right shield, the right mind control, the right time? He's shielding. Oh, we're getting it. I should have used this. Oh, we get the blast. Program Stan surviving because the guy used, and Wonder Tweak coming through the guy. So Program Stan should have been dead here. I should have used my ability the moment it came up, like right here. Well, not the moment, but like right here. Boom, should have used it. Would have killed the rats. Maybe that hamster even survives and does the last hit on new kid. But I just sat there for whatever reason, not knowing what the fuck I was doing. But it did actually have him use his mind control, thinking he could maybe bait or use my freeze on me, because you see there, instead of just attacking me and finishing his last he was almost done with his attack animation. He uses the ability, and I'm able to get off the freeze before Mysterion kills me, which ends up letting me kill him, and Wonder Tweak walks right through. All right, now we got a fun little game to watch. This one's, oh, I guess it's terrible quality. Very small. I guess he's playing on a small phone. But this is somebody on Dire Tide. I don't know who. And this is a 7,000 player. So we're going to see what happens here. Level 5 Osimo. Pretty good level here. Now, what you'll see in a lot of these other teams, these smaller teams, yeah, play that Mintberry Crunch right there. What you'll see on these smaller teams is they'll just focus on a couple cards and get those really high, and then the other ones will be very base level. Like you see Garrison level 3, Rats level 5, but the Osimo's level 5. The BHK's level 5. And you can see here the Osimo and troop just wrecks all over the Coon. And I mean, this guy is just, this is the type of shit, like, this guy played terribly. Like, if he's got to be farming potatoes every week. Like, he played terribly. He played Coon into a group thinking Coon's gonna stop him. The Gizmo play here was pretty all right. He might have been able, but he really had to play Gizmo there on the mecha so that he started hitting. Cause like mecha hits your what's Gizmo gonna do from there? But yeah, this guy just had this 6936 guy just had control the whole game. The mecha superiority here, the level 6 Marine Craig, who you really can't let Marine Craig just sit there and fuck you up. Like, Marine Craig has, before the common nerf debuff, Marine Craig had the most DPS in the entire game. The standing DPS, he's got the quickest attack. But here, we'll go over why this guy fucked up so hard here. One, he should have played Mary Jane Randy. He should have played Mary Jane. What are the hamsters doing back there, for one? That was a terrible play. I would have tried to mind control the Osimo here or something, like something different. But here he should have played Mary Jane behind New Kid here, so that he at least, when he gets to about here, he'll have a plant out that might be able to help him out. Then maybe you can do a nice mind control, or maybe get Mintberry Crunch. Honestly, Mintberry Crunch back here might have been a good play, but the Garrison level 3 kills Mintberry Crunch level 3. I'm not really sure. But the Wonder Tweak here is just bad news too, because like, what's he protecting? He's protecting nothing. He's protecting a dying Super Craig. He's protecting a Super Craig that's gonna die in a second. He's protecting the hamsters that they still AoE kill him. Like, he should, like, playing Mary Jane Randy there would have also lost him the game. But he definitely shouldn't have done what he did. Like, what is that gonna do? You got to get your new kid in the battle, man. You already fucked up this beginning very, 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 very badly. Like, very badly. You have to get the battle here so that your new kid can maybe help. It's only level 14, but it might be able to help. But now playing the Coon like that, that's just terrible. Like, you got to play the Coon. Now, if he would have had the Mary Jane Randy, if he would have played the Mary Jane Randy here, back here, instead of the Wonder Tweak, he could have then used the Wonder Tweak to pull them further away from his new kid, but still in range, giving Randy time to get another thing out. Then you could have played the Fast Pass, where the guys wouldn't have had damage. Then when they're over here with your Randy there, then you can play the Coon. And Coon has a boost from Mary Jane Randy, has a boost from the Fast Pass, has a boost from the Wonder Tweak, and maybe your Coon's gonna actually be worth a damn. But I'm sorry, your team picked wrong this week. Coon is a bad choice. Coon was a terrible choice. I don't know. People think, oh, the Randy and the hamsters and all these cards will be out, and they'll be able to boost my Coon, but it doesn't. His ability doesn't. What's up, Osimo, or Awesome MD? His ability doesn't matter if he's not attacking people. And when you have Kite, like, oh, I have a 500 damage Coon, but they just Kite shielded me for 3 seconds, and I only got one attack off before I died. And like, oh, I'm so useful. That was an alright play, trying to kill the mecha. But he didn't get the Craig killed. That's just embarrassing. That's an embarrassing loss. An embarrassing deck, in my opinion. The Coon is just so bad. Coon is just... Oh man, I hate Coon. I hate Coon so much. All right, but that one took quite a bit of time to go through, about an hour just to go through those. So let's look ahead to next week. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome in. Don't forget, we're doing giveaways for the physical cards next week. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do one on the live Twitch. Then the next week we're gonna do one on the YouTube replay. So if you can't make it to the Twitch, you still have a chance to win one of these. And also, I'm doing a $15 giveaway on my next. Awesome. Sorry, man. We'll do a giveaway on my next YouTube video. It's the series that I do called the Potatoes and the Plays, which is just like 10 weeks or something. It's like 2 hours worth of Team Wars videos. I got something on my glasses. It's 2 hours worth of Team Wars videos, and there's just music over it because it's just these videos that we just watched put into one video. Kind of want to get rid of, I want to get rid of them off my hard drive, so I'm trying to bust all those out. But we're doing a giveaway we're doing a $15 giveaway for either iTunes or Apple, iTunes or Google Play, and I have a hint. I have a hint in the description, and the hint describes one game. Now that could be any facet of the game, maybe something that happens in the game, maybe new kid name, maybe team name, maybe something about the field, maybe something about my deck, maybe something about my new kid name, whatever it might be. There's a hint that if you put the first person to put the timestamp of that battle into the comment will win the $15 gift card. So you'll have to watch the video and while you're watching it, have the hint in the back of your head and try to think, is it this game? No, it can't be this game. Is it this game? No, it can't be this game. So a little fun thing to get you guys to watch more of that, because it is kind of long. But let's look at the deck for next week. Let me pull this over here. This deck is a very standard Mystic Adventure, as well as obviously Neutral is going to be in there. Skip to the last match and Profit. It's not the last match. Definitely not the last match. The last one we did was a hidden Buckethead, and that was what was that, like at minute 7 I put it or something like that. I didn't make you guys dig. Not second to last either. It's decent way in, but not all the way. You know, it's pretty close. I don't get ad revenue, so it doesn't matter. But all right, the start, Dougie versus Sally. Sally's buff does make her a little bit better. So Sally level 7 might be a little bit more dangerous than the Prophet level 6. But if you're looking at the deck, let me check here. Choir Boy to deal with the Dougie. Pigeons can deal with the Dougie. Cupid kind of deals with the Dougie, but we probably want to go Sharon. Oh, you got Aerostorm for the Dougie. Okay, so I probably wouldn't want to go Dougie. I think that the 2-cost assassin getting Aerostormed is a better bet. And like I was saying, Sally's a pretty good little assassin, so that 2-cost being able to add to your Pocahontas against an enemy Pocahontas, or to be able to put onto the enemy Maxi while they're on your Maxi, that's gonna be more impactful than sneaking the Dougie bar. This deck is gonna be about the slow death ball push, and you're not gonna want some stupid tactic like that to bog you down. Jesus versus Shelly. You guys all know that I'm a big Shelly fan. If you watch the stream, I use Shelly quite a bit, and she's very useful. She's an okay card to lead with, because you have to kind of play a card that might get hit by her ability to deal with her. Especially this week, there's not a whole, like, usually you can play like Medusa or something and stop it, but so close to level 5 Shelly. Yeah, this week's gonna be nice on the Adventure Lock deck for sure. But yeah, I think Shelly, but people are probably more comfortable with the Jesus. The Jesus potentially healing a Sharon that could then heal somebody else, or the Jesus potentially healing Maxi to half health again. That's really impactful. And I think Shelly doesn't really come into her own until level 4 or 5, but I think Jesus you could maybe get away with at level 3 if you really need to save the energy, or to save the caps, excuse me. And I think in reality, that slot is probably a slot you're not really going to want to play, as well as the Shaman Ike in the bottom there. Probably won't want to play that one. But this one I think is a toss-up. I think either or have their good things and bad things. I think Shelly at the 3-cost is probably going to be more impactful, and the ability to knock back certain cards is actually going to be pretty impactful. Pocahontas versus Sexy Nun. We all know that, especially when you have heal weeks, Sharon, Maxi, stuff like that, having the fighters, the little Indian boy fighters instead of the choir boys, healing those guys is much more impactful. So Pocahontas, yeah, it takes forever to get. I think ever since Epics became requestable, I have been requesting Marcus on my main account, and I have like 330 out of 350 right now. We're getting there. We're getting pretty close. Maxi versus Sheriff. Maxi's the easy choice. There's no unholy combustion or removal like that. Where there hasn't been removal in the last like 3 weeks, which I think is the best, because I think that's truly a better test of skill when there's no removal, and it's less about, you know, having the right card at the right time, more about playing effectively. Sam is obviously the choice. There's no power bind, so you're gonna want to be able to fuck them up. Cupid versus Sharon. I think Sharon and Shelly actually play really well together, where Shelly will go kind of out in the front, take some damage, knock people away, and Sharon can be right behind her, healing her up and, you know, letting her get her next hit off. So that combination is going to deal with any of your fighters and most of your assassins, but it's going to kind of go into it's going to lose to the SOM, the tanks and kind of stuff. So it's interesting. It's good on defense though. Like if you get that, like if just Maxi is at your doorstep, Shelly could actually do pretty well by herself because she won't get damaged enough because Maxi doesn't do enough damage. Gunslinger versus Youth Pastor. I mean, the Youth Pastor is really just stopping the Hallelujah, the Aerostorm, the Fireball. Purify, no one's gonna take Purify. So I think the Youth Pastor still got its uses. You could prevent the Fireball, which could go to your favor. You could prevent the Aerostorm, which could prevent them from killing your Dougie or your Assassin group or your Cupid or whatever it might be. Gunslinger's change though is pretty useful, and I could see lower teams taking Youth Pastor to just take advantage of the ability, and then maybe running Dougie. So at the end of the battle, you put Youth Pastor out, then you run Dougie, and you hope they're not going to Choir Boy you. That's why I'm going to always keep Choir Boy in my hand to deal with the Dougie. And in fact, a level 7 Sally can probably deal with a Prophet Dougie. And if they put yeah, exactly. You can save the caps on Youth Pastor. But not that Gunslinger is super expensive either, right? That's usually only super impactful if the alternate card is a epic card, pretty much. Otherwise, it's not too much to get that Gunslinger up to 7 or 6 or whatever. But Gunslinger's change is pretty good. I'd love to see some lower teams that don't have SOM levels run Gunslinger pigeons, but that's just gonna get pigeons, or that's just gonna get Aerostormed. The pigeons will. So I like the idea of just protecting you from that Fireball, protecting your push from that Fireball, which could potentially, you know, if you have Sharon that's like half health and the group gets Fireballed and everybody dies, whereas, you know, you get 30 seconds to keep healing up and stuff. I think that's pretty useful. And the Gunslinger's damage, I don't think it's going to be that useful. He is better card though. I mean, maybe it would be. You know, I wouldn't hate going Gunslinger. We'll go Gunslinger on the Adventure Lock for sure. So we'll see some play with that. But I wouldn't hate it either way. I think you could get some good value out of that. He'll probably survive the Aerostorm now. Not sure, but that could use some test play to kind of decide what's better there. Because really, yeah, I don't think. The Youth Pastor is not really going to stop any cards that are really going to impact you, except for but that's a 11 cost combo if you use Dougie and to prevent the Aerostorm. Or I guess it's 7, but Fireball's the choice though. You want to be able to try to chunk the Sharon, you know, maybe they have a maybe dead SOM, but you got to bring it up to level 5 or 6. You got to bring it up to level 6 because that'll start killing your level 3 SOMs. And then if you have a level 6 Sharon that has a little damage to her, you can kill her. It will survive. Max level 6 Sharon survives the Fireball. If it's not max level 6, it might not survive the Fireball. So Fireball might be a little more useful. Friar versus Storyteller. They're both getting buffed, but they won't be buffed in time for the Team Wars. But we'll talk about that in a little bit here. But I think this week Friar's probably gonna be your choice, just because that extra heal, if you could get that heal and get Maxi up past half again, like it's gonna be game over. It's gonna be really hard. You have to have Fireball 6 to play it. Yeah, exactly. Obviously if your team's at Fireball 5, but I mean there's just no target to purify. There's nothing to purify, so like literally nothing. You can purify the Gunslinger boost. That's it. But yeah, I think Friar is probably the better choice, and because Friar's gonna be cheaper to upgrade a little bit too. Storyteller's not worth the caps. Here probably a base level Ike is probably gonna be better. The Shaman's not gonna heal anything, although he's getting boosted too. Scout Ike, maybe you're gonna get a extra energy out of him or something like that, but I wouldn't play this slot or this slot, honestly. For the most part, you probably want to avoid both of those cards. Unless it's a decent level Shelly, then I think there's some play for it. And Jesus has his play. I don't want to, like, he's a pretty good range. You get him behind a Maxi, he can output some damage. And then down here, Choir Boy's the choice just because you want that 2 energy, high damage assassin to be able to hit the Dougie if you don't have Aerostorm up or if they use Youth Pastor or whatever it might be. The Dougie might cause some problems this week, but I think if you play your cards right, keep your energy in hand, you won't have an issue with him whatsoever. So this week seems pretty straightforward. We're going to see a lot of the same decks. There might be some decisions some teams make because of caps, but for the most part, the places where we might see some differences, the Jimmy choice I don't think is going to be that impactful, so we'll see some differences there. Sharon versus Cupid, we could see some Cupid play there, I think. And then Jesus versus Shelly, I think we'll see some back and forth there, but otherwise the decks kind of choose themselves for this week, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Sexy Nuns. I don't think we're going to see some Pigeons. Don't think we're going to see a lot of Hallelujah. Don't think we'll see a lot of Dougie, honestly. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of Sheriff, except on the Adventure Lock, obviously. But yeah, this week's deck seems pretty straightforward. Does anybody have any slots specifically that they want to talk about, that either their team has been arguing about all day, or they just have an opinion that, like, maybe this might be better because this or that? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to say something in chat. Pigeons for sure. Yeah. Capium loves those pigeons. The pigeons with Gunslinger might be actually pretty good. Ike versus Shaman. Okay. Either way, they're probably going to be dead. The reason you'd run Ike is because you can play the Ike and still get that 1 energy back, so that if you have to absolutely play him, you can throw him out as kind of a dead card, and you can get that 1 energy back. Either way, you're not gonna want to try. You're probably not gonna want to play either. Like, if you're at the beginning and Ike is your best play, I doubt that's your best. I doubt it. There's a lot of cards you can just play this week. You can pretty much lead Sam whenever you want. You can lead. You don't want to lead the tanks, but you could lead Maxi. Pocahontas, you could lead with Pocahontas. You could lead with Sally, I think is probably a good bet. And if you have Shelly, leading Shelly, you've seen me play her. It's actually a good aggressive play. She sometimes gets on New Kid because they panic, and then sometimes they misplay the card, and so you can use her ability and she gets more damage out on the New Kid. She doesn't get hit by New Kid, so it's actually a pretty impactful card. So playing her mid can really force them to play. And what, they're gonna play their Jimmies, they're gonna play their tank, and then that's gonna force them onto your side of the field, and then you play your Maxi in front of them. It could be really useful. But the Shaman, if there was something that we could purify, I would say, like, maybe you run him, you have him up in the corner just in case it might help, but there's nothing to purify. There's no enemy debuffs that you could do anything. There isn't much anti-air. Cupid could be annoying. That's true. That's true. I think the idea of keeping your Maxi alive when there's no removal is better. But you're right, the extra damage could effectively keep Maxi alive. Cupid is very strong. He does a lot of fucking damage. And you're right, most likely there's not a whole lot of aerial stuff, but it would really be a question of, does he survive Aerostorm? And with a card like Aerostorm and Fireball, I think Sharon's the better choice, because if you put Cupid out, he's inevitably going to get into range of your Fireball because he's really short range. So your tank is going to be in range, so he can hit your Cupid, your Maxi, and your Sam all with 1 Fireball or something. I think Sharon's the right choice just because of the Fireball. Leading Jesus. Yeah, leading Jesus isn't terrible because they have to deal with him, because they can't just leave him at half court. They might use an assassin or something, which Jesus's respawn might actually deal with. So yeah, there's some... Purify seems useful. No, he doesn't. But yeah, for this slot, the only way you'd want to play Ike if you had this slot was if your first hand was Fireball, Hallelujah, Cupid or Sharon, and then this card. But even then, like, playing Youth Pastor right away might be actually better. You'd almost prefer Deckhand over Choir Boy, heal Maxi or Pocahontas. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but most likely that heal is just gonna hit New Kid, or it's gonna hit the Pocahontas' little boy, or it's gonna hit somebody that it's not really gonna help, or Deckhand doesn't have enough damage to kill the Dougie. And I think that slot, you just need it to deal with the Dougie. On the off chance you run into someone who gets off a good Youth Pastor Dougie combo and you can't just use your Arrow Storm, you're going to want that 2-cost level 5 epic or level 4 epic, whatever it might be, to be able to get that hit on that, you know, base level 6 or max level 5 Dougie. And be able to deal with him better. And if you look at the deck, there's only that one legend. There's quite a few commons, quite a few rares, and there's only really one epic that you're gonna be going, or 2 epics that you're gonna be upgrading, including the Choir Boy. You probably won't upgrade the Jesus and Shelly slot. So yeah, I think Choir Boy is gonna be your choice there. And that extra energy is killer, right? I wish they did that different to make it more useful. It's just not, like, I think it's fair to like have him have lower stats but have him like 2 cost and get 1 energy back. Like, I don't think that's terrible. I would love to have seen Furkle be the first 1-cost assassin, but now that we see Henrietta's ability, which we'll get into right now actually. But that does it for the deck this week. Appreciate you guys talking and chit-chatting about that. Now let's move on to the dev update. Gotta make sure we have that pulled up. So the dev update this week, we have the new card. Oh, I don't have it pulled up. We have the final Goth Kid, which is going to be Henrietta. We'll talk about that in a second here. I do LOX level 6s that are hard to get. Yeah. No shit. All right. So this week we have a nice event on Thursday. I like what they're doing here. They're doing an event on Thursday. I kind of disliked that they made it only chaos mode for Wednesday, Thursday. So them adding another one on Thursday is nice. Monday, Tuesday event, which is happening right now, is a Shelly event. It's a token event going on right now. We also have some social media giveaways for her during her actual birthday, so keep an eye out for those. Oh, so her birthday is this? So they're timing it with her birthday? That's funny. But yeah, we got Henrietta, where after an allied Goth Kid dies, Henrietta loses 8% health to revive them. Can't die from own power and can't be revived. So if Henrietta has 2 health, she can still heal herself or heal somebody, which is pretty cool. Now she can't be poked and she can't be darred, I believe, which is nice because that's fucked up. But she can be healed. So if you have like a Sharon or a Maxi out there healing the lost health, you could just have Furkle suiciding over and over and over again. So this is pretty good. Now, it'd be interesting to see if as she levels up, she loses less health. That would be pretty bonkers. If like, oh, level 2, she loses 7% health. Level 3, she loses 6% health. You know, that'd be pretty crazy. I doubt that. So her levels are just going to be stats. 850 at 36, not terrible. Not a terrible stats. It is a percentage of her health, so remember that. So no matter what stat she is, it'll just take a percentage of her health. Now Furkle is gonna go out and die, and then come back to life and die, and come back to life and die. And every time he dies, he's gonna get that stack, which is gonna be pretty interesting. So you lead Henrietta, or maybe you lead Pete. Honestly, you lead Pete when Pete's about to not Pete, sorry, Michael. When Michael's about to die, you play Henrietta, and then you get a Michael next to you. Now Henrietta's out, and you can't protect her, or you can't remove her, right? Now you play Furkle midline into their battle. Furkle, you just want to die and die and die. At some point, you put Pete out there, and you have a immune like they still lose to Satan and shit like that. But the problem is, if you Satan the group, you're gonna do a lot of damage to Henrietta, but she's just gonna take 8 damage to herself and heal all those other guys right back. So pretty fucking good. Yeah, exactly. You put her behind New Kid, throw out Furkle, and we'll see how many Henrietta boosts we can get before she dies. Then you put, maybe Sharon back there to get a boost, and then at that point you put Pete out, so that when Henrietta starts actually attacking people, she's starting to heal herself with her Furkle boost. So I think this is actually going to be pretty great. I think you have to have them leveled. So if you've whaled these cards, you might be in good shape. But like I've always said, this requires you to have a pretty damn good cycle. 4 cards at the right time, and have them in the right order too. You can't necessarily play them out of order. To an extent you can, but there's definitely going to be a best way, a best practice, which I think is going to have, like, when Michael's about to die, he's already an okay 3 cost. Like, he's got a lot of health for his cost. So you put the 3 cost out, 900 damage later, you put Henrietta out. She starts with 8% less health, but you put Pete out later, you're going to start healing, right? So it'll be interesting. Does cock magic work? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the cock magic stuff and like transmog. You'd think based on how things work, the transmog would go through it, but because they do say damaging spells, and those spells don't damage you, right? But it'll be 13th card in chaos mode, so you have your deck and then you have that card. So that'll be kind of fun to see what you can build there. And goth kids will have 50% HP, which actually kind of goes against that. You want them to die to get healed again, but that one, I muted myself. There's a mute on the mic. That one will actually probably be pretty fun. Might actually catch me playing that one. Michael, Henrietta, Pete, Ninju, Dar, Furkle. Oh god. Yeah, exactly. I would put Furkle out sooner though, because if you have Furkle out, you don't need the Ninja, As is tradition. Oh, we already said that. For those who enjoyed Henrietta, you'll have a chance to earn a copy of her over the weekend. So this weekend we'll be playing a lot of South Park, making sure we get Henrietta on all the accounts. And it's Furkle, Michael, Pete, Henrietta, obviously. So it'll be fun to be able to actually see them all in action. The only problem though is that you're going to be forced to play neutral cards that might not be the best neutral cards, right? You might have to play Rats, have to play Terrence and Phillip, have to play Marcus, have to play... I guess having to play Hanky's not a big deal. Having to play whatever you have to boost these cards. So it'll be interesting to see what we can get. But I'd love to see Big Mesquite Murph out there too. So typical points schedule here. So exclamation point SP Discord if you want to join the South Park Discord. Exclamation point Discord if you want to join my Discord. Now the upcoming balance changes is actually the most exciting part this time around. Shaman Token. We've brought down his charge time from 12 to 5 seconds, so it's pretty much instant. Fast Pass's charge time is 5 seconds, and by the time he's even summoned, he can almost already use his ability. So 5 seconds is fantastic. Will be really easy. No LHS this weekend? Yeah, Cloud. That's how I felt the other week on Sizzler. I got to figure out a bot for that. There's got to be a way to do that. If I lose 3 and then bot, there's got to be a way. But yeah, you'll get back the units that the charge removes mind control now. And then it removes negative effects from allies. So it'll actually be useful. And this is what I always said. Shaman Token would be useful if it stopped mind control. Now what's going to happen here is people are going to put Shaman Token in their deck, people are going to stop playing Mind Control. People are going to realize people are stop playing Mind Control. Then they're going to take Shaman Token out of their deck. So it's going to affect the meta for a while. Then it's going to come out. I've always said this is what he needs to be impactful. It would be nice if he also cleared Youth Pastor from New Kid, but this is a nice step in a step in the right direction. Being able to stop Sam from getting mind controlled if you time it perfectly is going to be so nice. Being able to play Sam when like Mecha is out there and stuff like that is going to be really nice. So it'll be interesting. You're definitely going to see him in the Adventure Lock. I think I have him level 7 in my main account. So we'll see I mean, he's a decent 3 cost now, so we'll see. But very useful, very useful. So City Walk guy, we've lowered his charge duration from 5 to 2 seconds and increased his explosion range from 1.7 to 1.9. So the range is quite a bit more. That's interesting. 5 to 2 seconds, like that's crazy. Being able to get it out that quick, you might be able to kill it. You might be able to kill like 1 cock per cock house. Like you might be able to do your ability, especially if you have Hanky out. If you have Hanky on him, you'll be able to use your ability and kill that 1 cock before the second one spawns, which would be awesome. Oh, and he also removes the max, Shaman Token also removes the max health from Dragon Slayer and Labard. And yeah, Cloud, it'll be interesting to know if your bar will go back to max, but you'll still be at half health, or if your health will go back too. I assume it'll just go back where you could just be healed back to max. It's not going to actually remove it, because I think that's fucking crazy. With Mind Control being considered a positive spell, it might bypass Michael's shield. Yeah, you should be able to Mind Control them for sure, because I think specifically it says on the card damaging spells. So that means Transmog Cock Magic wouldn't count. You'd still be able to freeze them. You wouldn't be able to poison them. You wouldn't be able to Arrow Storm, Lightning Bolt, Unholy Combustion, that kind of stuff. Friar Jimmy, his heal power is double, and it's quite a bit more range, which I never thought the range really mattered. Like, you usually had the cards right, but that's nice to be able to get the benefit without having to be so close to him. And he's got more health, so that's definitely a better 3-cost card. We'll see how that plays out. Enough to make him useful in the top meta? No. Enough to make him playable lower? For sure. You'll see more Friar Jimmys in silver and shit, for sure. Storyteller Jimmy, also same effect. He's basically getting his debuff powered up, and the range is increasing roughly the same amount, or actually the same amount. It'd be interesting if that's about Enforcer's range now, 1.7. And also raise his base health quite a bit. Storyteller Jimmy has a lot more health than Friar Jimmy, but he's epic, so it makes sense. Storyteller Jimmy might be worth it a little bit more. We'll see where his debuff ends up landing, and it might be effective. If it completely saps the attack of like pigeon, or not pigeons. Well, yeah, pigeons. Any swarm really. It could be pretty useful. Labard and Dragon Slayer, and this is just saying that these can now be removed by Shaman Token. So this is just reiterating this, and that includes Purify. Purify and Shaman's abilities act the same. They're the same ability. They're the same thing. They act the same. So additionally, we see the first of our Goth Kids into general release. With this season reset, both Furkle and Michael will be available in all packs. So that will be good for the Adventure Lock to start getting those ones leveled up. I don't think I have anything but Furkle right now. No, I think I might have Michael. But I believe that's all the news we have this week. But let me know if there's anything else on your minds. Do let me know your thoughts on the upcoming balance changes. The balance changes look alright. As Purify removes both positive and negative effects, by the new logic, it should remove the positive health boosts from Mintberry Crunch. Is that the case? No. I don't think so. I don't think it will. I'm really liking these changes this time around. Great to see these cards get some loving. Hopefully with these reworks, more cards will be viable in the upper tiers. For sure. It was really getting boring to have to play a certain way. I mean, that's going to happen regardless. There's always going to be... Every balance, every change, there's going to be the cards that are still going to be good, that are going to, show up more. But regardless, like the game plays in a way, and we all know this, you're not gonna just, unless you're at the way top and you just have a good spread of all your cards, you're not gonna be able to just play these cards that you haven't been playing. You probably don't have them leveled up, right? So most likely other people will be like, oh, you know, I saw somebody with a level 6 shaman and it really worked well for him, and so now I'm gonna upgrade him or whatever. I really thought I'd never see a day where shaman had the potential to be a great card. Yeah, it's great. What time will be changes? This will be the end of the season. Shaman needs a fix, but still no Dar fix. Countless questions about Dar were asked by the community on the Des Q&A channel on the Division Discord. So much so they asked the sheriffs to limit them. It's quite clear that the community is sick of that OP card. I mean, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't matter, buddy. Like, no offense or anything like that, but just because a bunch of people ask about it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a problem. I think Dar needs to be changed in some way, but I don't think it's necessarily because people are, you know, you don't want to build your game like that necessarily completely. You don't want to do everything that the community asks of you, because a lot of the time the community doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they don't know what they truly want, and they don't know what's good for the game. What's up, Pockets? Long time, buddy. In this instance, it doesn't really matter because we're just talking about one card or whatever. But in certain, like, some people might say, oh, the battle pass needs to change, or they should have never done the battle pass, or all these different things that they just might not have the best idea. In this instance, I think Dar should be 4 cost. But just because people are constantly asking about it, we're constantly talking about a lot of cards that they took them months and months and months to nerf. Maybe they're trying to figure out a way to make her work. Like, maybe putting her at 4 energy makes her dog shit, and maybe putting her at, you know, changing things, they can't quite figure it out. I'm sure they're trying, but it takes time to kind of figure out how you're going to change the card in order to prevent, because you don't want to change the card multiple times. So you don't want to change the card and then next month have to fix it again. Finally, something to counter Dragon Slayer Red. Yep. Although I don't think it's a huge impact if it doesn't heal the health back. If it just gives you the health back, no big deal. The balance change happened with the season reset. Yeah, balance changes no one asked for again. Why is Dar untouched again? Well, like I said before, people are definitely asking for these cards to be better. People have been asking for Shaman to be better for a long time. People have been asking for Friar and Storyteller to be better for a long time. So that's definitely not true at all. Dar not getting nerfed is beside the point. Like, they're not mutually exclusive things. They're not the same thing. So Purify can nullify the effect of DSR. Mystical is the most broken theme, and they continue to create more imbalance. Why is Mystical so broken? Just because of Dar? Just a couple points. If a goth kid dies and Henrietta has less than 8%, will he still be revived? But Henrietta's health will fall to 1, or no revive happens? That's a good question. That's a good nuance to the card text that we can't really say whether or not it'll happen either way. Purify Shaman versus DSR and Labard. Will the damage still be there? Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. We'll have half health missing. I assume, so my assumptions here are you're gonna have the health, you're gonna have the potential, you're gonna have the max health back, but it's not gonna heal that max health. That max health is gone. Otherwise, DSR is literally a worthless, like, it's a worthless card, because you can remove her effects completely for 2 and she's worth 4, right? Why would you ever play her? I think you'll just be able to heal it back, which is nice, because now, you know, now Hallelujah and him kind of counteract the DSR instead of just 2 energy or whatever. But the top one, my guess is that it just wouldn't happen. Like, the 8% health just, I doubt. I mean, no, I think it will happen and she'll just go to 0, basically. She'll go to 1 health, in my opinion. What up, Riz? Pockets, how you been, man? Where you been? Did you go to jail? What happened? I think this card does well to link all the goth cards together. I agree. Separately, they're awful, but together on paper anyways, they seem powerful. I think Pete's all right by himself, and Michael is a decent unit by himself, but yeah, Furkel's dog shit. In addition to Michael's ability, you won't be able to cancel Henrietta as she will be immune. It'll be interesting to see how they all play together. I mean, you should be able to still transmog her, but we'll see. Event ladder board for a legendary card. Nothing brings D-rankers to life like Red Lynx is doing, and also creates imbalanced game, not nerfing Dar. I mean, who cares? Really surprised Dar and SPPD didn't get a nerf here after all the messages I've seen people post about them. They're very unbalanced. I don't think Space Pilot's unbalanced necessarily. I think it'd be interesting to see them get, well, Space Pilot to get treated similarly to like Swashbuckler. Maybe you give a limit to his ability. Like maybe Space Pilot, maybe you always have the speed boost ability, but the stun only happens for 15 seconds. Or maybe the stun only happens for the first 4 units played or something like that. Maybe there's some sort of way you can limit him, because yeah, Space Pilot gets pretty crazy if he can get continued value over and over again. But at the same time, you have to build a deck that's mostly assassins to be able to do something like that, and you can get countered really hard with that. So like, just because you lose to a Space Pilot deck every once in a while because your deck isn't built to deal with it doesn't mean that that card necessarily is broken. If you had a deck with Aerostorm and Incan in it, you're gonna have trouble not getting value out of those against the Space Pilot, you know? Dar is much more difficult, but you can play around the Dar by just like chunking the thing that they're probably gonna Dar and have them play Dar on nobody. Like you've seen that happen on my stream countless times, where we kill a Medusa or an Incan before they get the Dar out, and then the Dar just dies to nothing. Oh, you have a kid now, right? That'll definitely take you away from stuff like this. Just get him play it. Just get him liking the family show. Oh, look, another even match. What happens? Dar reset Medusa miles away from where it was. That's how the card works. They get bars from the push that they can build. Okay, well, maybe you should have been ready for that and dealt with it differently. I hate that guy. Oh, look, another game where I lost. Ubisoft, you can nerf the entire fantasy theme, but always Jimmy players who only use adventure will never win. Jimmy players? Because their strategy is based on Santa, Sharon, Randy, SSMO. What is SSMO? Screenshot my ovaries. I don't know. Ubisoft, for years I have known that you want everyone to play with a single theme and not have the ability to think using others. That's stupid. This is probably the most balanced the game has been as far as like between themes that it's ever been. Each theme kind of has some bullshit cards right now. The game stopped being balanced a while ago. Anyone can win without much thought. I would like to quote some quotes from Eric Cartman, but I can hurt. Thanks for destroying the game again. What? I mean, that's his first post. I don't think the game's destroyed. The game's probably as healthy as it's ever been. What is a Jimmy player? What is that talking about? Should be like that. Token should remove both the positive and negative effects, so they will think about it very well. No. What about DSR doing 50% damage to drone instead of reducing the max health? Will that be fixed? That kind of makes sense. Gale. Ubisoft, you know very well that there are many people who play Adventure to level up their cards quickly, and now because of the shit you did, it will be impossible to beat them now. What? Yeah, what do you think? Enforcer Jimmy's gonna be too hard? The truth is that you're ruining the game, and a few people will leave. The creators themselves are digging the grave for this game. What are you talking about? People are stupid. People thinking that balance updates kill the game. If them changing all of the common cards to be worthless compared to their counterparts didn't ruin the game, some mid-season balance updates aren't gonna fucking change it either. Like, what are you guys talking about? What are these guys talking about? To try playing Adventure Lock? Yeah. Excuse me. Please nerf Dark Angel Red. Takes the fun out of the game. Everyone at high levels plays Incan Red. Well, if you can't beat him, join him. The worst thing in the game is Som. Most people play with Mystic in order to throw a block on him. This is the only way to save mana without losing the entire table after it's placed. I mean, you can lightning bolt him too. Now every Som is the loss of the whole table. The number of monotonous adventure Mystic decks is off scale at high ranks of the legend. With these balance changes, you don't even see Som that much in high ranks, in my opinion. He's too easy to remove for most people. I don't understand how after so many months you still don't nerf Dar. She's the most OP card in the game for the cost she has. Didn't they nerf her? Didn't they change something about it? I can't remember. Any news about the Team Wars changes? You said it, that something will come in December and there's no information. Well, it's not December yet. I was hoping Henrietta canceled all Bradley effects when on the field since she bullies her little brother. That's actually really funny. Damn, crazy ass monkey. It's a lot of kids. Way to indirectly buff the already OP Manbear Pig Pope combo with the DSR counter. Now, yeah, because people are healing their Manbear Pigs. I don't think it's gonna heal the health back. That's just ridiculous to think that. There's no way. There's no mechanism for that to happen even. You'd have to heal it full. It doesn't make sense. If you took half the damage and then they took half damage, how would they know how much to heal you? Yeah, I was also thinking there's gonna be an indirect Mystic buff. No, I don't think so. Purify being better is good though, for sure. The mind control changes. Although you could purify mind control, couldn't you? Well, yeah, because it removed everything from everybody. Dar needs a fix. Increase the max energy she can revive to 6 so she can revive Satan too. And thanks for nerfing fantasy even more after the nerf. That theme was absurdly OP. Now it's officially unplayable. I mean, I don't think that's nerfing. Like, saying that you're nerfing fantasy just by getting rid of Dragon Slayer, that's like saying you're completely ignoring Leanne, Transmog, Grand Wizard Cartman, Shield Maiden, Gnomes, all that shit. Cock Magic to an extent. What's up, Angel Fire? But yeah, definitely takes DSR out of the... I don't think DSR is even going to be played anymore. It'll be kind of like mind control stuff. You won't see mind control as much because people are playing Shaman. Then when people stop seeing mind control, they'll take Shaman out, and then eventually mind control will go back in, and it'll be this push and pull. That Dragon Slayer nerf looks too big. You just completely ruined a legendary card with that change. I don't think so. The card can gain back their whole HP they lost. I don't think so. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. This is a little bit too much counter against. That's what I'm saying. You're assuming it's too much of a counter, or you could think logically and think maybe it's not going to do that. There's no way that it'll heal back the damage. It just doesn't make any sense. It'll give them back the ability to heal. So if your Medusa gets hit, you could heal her back to full health. At least Dragon Slayer, yeah, I mean, that's just silly to think that's true. What the hell's your problem? Dar is already OP and you want her to be even stronger? I don't know how Dar gets stronger here. How does Dar get stronger? You guys still aren't balancing Dar. She dominates the ladder. You guys aren't listening to your player base. You're incompetent and embarrassing. Don't wait until next month. Balance this unit now. They gotta change it. I agree. But getting mad at them for not doing it on your timeline, I think, is embarrassing. +1 on both comments. Shaman needs more relevance. This was a good way to do it. Yep. Dar provided way too much value for the cost. Yeah, I agree. 4 costs would be good. Another great update. Restore FB to what it was so it beats Dar again. FB Fireball? Fireball beats Dar? Is that what they're saying? Nice, Riz. I'm jealous. Hello, just wanted to point out that the last 2 weeks have been a huge deranking fest for some reason. 4 very active members of my team have quit the game because of that. Oh shit. Just clicked the wrong button. I've seen a lot of people in social media group losing interest in the game as well. I mean, that's just like confirmation bias. You're gonna see the people say this game sucks. You're not gonna see the people go on and say, oh my god, I play this game 8 hours a day. I love it so much. Restore Frontier Bradley to what it was? Okay, yeah. I got you. People who complain about mission events is too long. People who complain about D-rankers or card events. People just going crazy. Okay. Maybe you mean Frontier Bradley instead of Space Pilot? Because they already nerfed Space Pilot, because I remember units were more and more faster. Well, they did change Space Pilot, yeah. They just think they need to change them more. Great balance changes. I mean, I think Dar is broken, and this Purify buff makes Manbear Pig a bit ridiculous to try and kill now, but okay with it with another month of Dar if it means another month of comments like this from Scott, lol. Why another nerf to DSR? It's complete trash now. Fantasy was already the weakest theme in the game, and now it's even worse. See, people are just stupid. I don't understand how people can say stuff like, oh, it's the worst It's the worst deck in the game. Like if we just go to SPPD replay, like it's not that different. Like there's more superhero cards, probably just because this takes into account everybody. But I mean, look at this: adventure fantasy, adventure fantasy, adventure fantasy, adventure fantasy. Like fantasy, like if you look at the top cards, you're not going to see a lot of fantasy. That's true. That's true. But this takes into account the top 250 only. Oh, you guys can't even see who it is, but you see the red. You see the red is the fantasy. So if I go to the top, where are we looking? I need to change it from the top 250 to, if we change it to, like if we change it, like you can go to all sorts of MMR, but if we go to like MMR 5300 and 6000, it's completely different what you end up seeing. And if you go up here, then you see, you see more fantasy happening. You go up a little higher, you see less. You go down a little bit, you see there's some good fantasies there. Fantasy Mystic is probably common there. But just because like only a couple of cards are strong in fantasy doesn't mean like they're not necessarily strong. Like a lot of the time, some of these decks, like you don't see a lot of fantasy in the top 10. I agree. But I also think that's because fantasy is a harder theme to play than other themes in most, like Cock Magic and Leanne, you can hurt yourself with those, right? You can impact yourself. And cards like the Randy and the Cock House and all the like Kyle and Dark Mage Craig, you have all these cards that are like mediocre, but they're really good if you use them. If you use them right, you use them well, and they synergize really well. It's harder because it's just hard. You don't see it as much as because it's more difficult to play it. And I've always talked about this, no matter how balanced the decks are, no matter how balanced the cards are, you're always gonna have cards that people just play because they're easier. Inkin is an easy card to play because it's easy to get his value immediately and get that value. Marine Craig, not as good of a card to get that value from, although he is potentially impactful. So there's just a lot of push and pull between how easy the card is to use and whether or not they're used. So yeah, fantasy, just their removal is really what makes them good, and that's kind of the idea. Most people, when they play them, they play fantasy, but they only play DSR, Shield Maiden, and Transmog. That's the only thing they play. The rest of it is superhero or adventure or whatever it might be. Please don't nerf Dar because I just started using her. To clarify, Cyborg Kenny transforms and gives health to the unit. Shaman and Purify cancels the mind control, but the unit keeps the health. The unit, it's a heal. Yeah, of course they'd keep that health. It's a heal. It's not an increase in health. Like, what? What happened to all your pockets? You should have them. Oh yeah, they're right there. You have them. You liar. The thing in the corner that's not buckets. It's different. That's buckets. That's channel points. They're a little bit different. Well, that's great. Now you have made Dragon Slayer and Labar Jimmy useless. Yeah, because people are going to shaman and purify your Jimmy. What are you talking about? Why'd you guys nerf fantasy to death? The game is broken. Only people who love this game are Inkin and Dar players. What a lie. What a fuck. I'm not even going to... So stupid. I'm not even going to give those people the time of day when they're like, they nerfed one card. They didn't even nerf the card. They just nerfed its interaction with one other card and one other purify. You think that everyone's gonna be running Purify and Shaman now? Everybody's gonna run Purify and Shaman now, and that's gonna make your DSR worthless now? What a crock of shit. What a crock of shit. You're very rarely gonna run into those cards anyway. It's not like everybody's gonna put those fucking cards into their deck now. What a silly fuck. What a silly fuck. But anyway, that does it, everybody, for the Twitch weekly update. for South Park Phone Destroyer. We do have a stream planned for tomorrow. I'm not going to continue streaming. Stream planned for tomorrow. Whoa. I'm not going to continue. That's me. I'm not going to continue streaming tonight because I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. And I want to get a couple overlays together and do some video editing and stuff like that. So tonight I'm gonna set the video up to get this online tomorrow. But tonight we're gonna do that video that is the one that has a hidden giveaway in it. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. We're probably gonna drop it in a couple hours. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be some late night watching while you try to find that gift card. Top tier right there. Top tier. But I appreciate you guys. You're requesting Purify to 7. It's hilarious. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll be doing... I'm trying to find someone to raid here. But we'll be doing South Park to start. Do a little bit of grinding on the event, and then we'll do a scary game. We're not gonna continue Huntsman, the game that we were playing. We're gonna that game. Like, I kind of get it. You have to find all these items and then go to a gravestone and then put the items on the gravestone, but it's like I didn't have the desire. The ending didn't look very good, and I didn't have the desire to go through the rigmarole of going through this maze to find all the graves and all this kind of shit. So I looked up the ending, and it's not even good. Like, there's not even a story to it. So we're just gonna skip that, get rid of that, and let's raid into... Who are we gonna raid into? Let's raid into Richie. Richie's killing it over there at Rocket Arena, and we will give him some love. Richie's a guy that we stream with and play Rocket Arena with. Very good player, so make sure you stop by and check him out. And we will see you guys tomorrow for some South Park and some scary games. I haven't decided what we're gonna play yet. I got an idea. But we're gonna continue Nightmare November, and I have so many creepy scary games that I want to play that we're gonna actually continue it through December. I was gonna say Decembeard because it's like No Shave November, then Decembeard. But I'm gonna call it Decembu, and we're gonna do some more scary games throughout December as well. December, yeah. So we'll see you guys then. Have a good time. Enjoy Richie. He's a good streamer and a good guy. Good guy in general. Stream's pretty decent quality too. So we'll see how things go over there. Have fun. Say what's up. Give him some Bucket Nation love, and be on the lookout tonight for that video to post at your chance for $15 giveaway. And Pocket's good to see you. Hopefully we see you around later on. Peace out, everybody.